If you watch this 7-minute video and actually understand everything I say, you will make a lot of money and it could very well be in the millions. This is not a joke because the next half a year is going to be the most profitable time for cryptocurrencies overall. And it may be your final chance to exploit the cryptocurrency market to your advantage to the most profitable way possible. And I'm not just talking about Bitcoin here that's going to go parabolic, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but eventually in the period between October and March of next year, Bitcoin will have the final leg up in the parabola, which will take us anywhere between $95 to $135,000. I'm putting my bets on 115, which is basically in the middle, exactly in the middle of that target. You know, when you go to the automatic chart and get rid of the logarithmic scale, you have a beautiful bull flag accompanied by the cup and handle pattern. And if you put the target of this pattern by putting it at the final breakout zone of the bull flag or the cup itself or the handle itself, then you get a target of $123,000. So 95 to 135K compared with, or when you combine with Fibonacci and different forms of extensions, you get this target above $100,000. So I'm confident that that will happen to Bitcoin eventually. This chart does not look bearish in any way, shape, or form. So I'm very confident on Bitcoin's price performance for at least the next half a year. And not just from a technical analysis perspective, but also from a macroeconomic perspective, because we're seeing that the global liquidity index, which looks at all the money that's printed across the world, you can see that the global money has shot up to an incredible level, right? And once you look at this chart with the price of Bitcoin overlapping it, you can see that we're very much on track and we should see a parabola very soon. And as Raoul Pal highlights, he says that liquidity is usually a 10-week lagging indicator in the sense that how it reflects to markets such as Bitcoin. So when you do put that 10-week lagging indicator and when you do have that accompanied on the chart, then you can see that Bitcoin does have the very massive opportunity here of pumping just as the global liquidity index is pumped in an astronomical manner because everyone is printing money. The Fed cut rates by 50 basis points, and they're going to cut more in the future. We're seeing China cutting interest rates by 50 basis points, and you're seeing money supply starting to tick up. That means that governments around the world are starting to decrease interest rates, incentivizing people to invest in risky assets like Bitcoin instead of putting their money in their bank account and getting a less percentage. You know, they can go ahead and invest in Bitcoin. So that is helping, number one. Number two, to escape from a recession, they're printing money, putting more money in people's pockets so that they can go ahead and buy stuff, invest, buy homes, buy stuff in general, and that includes Bitcoin. The reason why we had a huge blow off top in 2021 with altcoins and with Bitcoin included was because the amount of debt people had was at all-time lows compared to the amount of savings people had, which was at all-time highs. So they could afford to invest in Bitcoin. They could afford to invest in macro large cap altcoin projects. It made sense. They had money to do it. The reason why meme coins saw a huge run this time was because people didn't have much money and they had a lot of debt. And to pay off this debt, if you have small amount of money, your objective is to invest small amount of money and make it into something big. It's the same reason why gambling was at an all-time high very recently because of the situation of the economy. But now that they're cutting rates, now that money supply is going up, Bitcoin should follow that very, very soon, and I'm 100% confident that it will do the same. The only obstacle we have is the 200-day moving average on the daily time frame. We had a bearish crossover between the 100 and 200 moving average very recently, which is not good, right? It was not a great thing, but I am confident that Bitcoin will eventually break above the 200-day SMA. Maybe not this time around. Maybe we'll take another rejection. We go down, we form a triple bottom, and then we go up. That is a possibility. But as soon as we do break above it, then Bitcoin will go bananas. Like we will first surpass 64.5, the neckline of this double bottom. Then we will surpass the bull flag trend line, which is at 67K, depends on when we decide to break it. And the final point of resistance will be obviously the prior all-time high, which is the resistance of the cup and handle, right? So you have the cup and handle resistance. As soon as you break above that, then you confirm a breakout from it, so above 73.7, and that will take you to the new parabolic level. That is why I'm longing Bitcoin at 64.5, or in fact 64.7. at 67K, and also at the prior all-time high at 73.7 or 73.4. Usually, it's not a good idea to long at resistance, but at this moment, I am more confident that if we touch this line of resistance again, it is likelier that Bitcoin breaks up because it's super weak now. We've retested it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it would be the 9th time that we're testing resistance. So it's going to be very, very, very weak, and it should have a higher probability of going towards the upside. That's why I'm not bothered by longing resistance. And if you want to long Bitcoin at those levels, if you want to be buying Bitcoin, then you can go to the description and sign up to either Bitflex or Bybit. Bybit is great for buying crypto for the first time with cash or your bank account, and Bitflex is great to long and short Bitcoin. No KYC at the moment, so registration would take very, very short amount of time to do. And I have a video linked also describing how to use a cryptocurrency exchange, which is probably the most valuable skill you can have for the next half a year. So that's the obstacle, but I'm sure we will get over it very, very soon. Now, Gert Van Legen posted a chart that I've been talking about for so many months now, looking at the parabola and why we should have at least one more step up in this Bitcoin parabolic cycle. That's how parabolas work: base 1, base 2, base 3, base 4, and then one more final leg towards the upside. Then you have the Bitcoin cup and handle, right, which is another major bullish sign. And the fact that it's on a macro time frame, a longer time frame like the weekly time frame, gives it a even more bullish indication that it's likelier to play out, and it's likely to play in a very high magnitude. The only wrong thing he's done is to measure the target of this cup and handle on the logarithmic scale, which is a mistake I made. So the actual target is not 300K, but it's 117 or 125K instead. And the final point of bullishness is the fact that we have an ascending or descending broadening wedge or bull flag, another very bullish pattern. So you have a combination of 3 patterns on a huge macro scale indicating a bullish continuation towards the upside. So it is, like, probability wise from a statistical standpoint, Bitcoin does look bullish and it will have a higher probability of going towards the upside. And I'm very confident on that. So I have no issue at 63K, which people assume is expensive for Bitcoin, to put 100% of my portfolio in Bitcoin. I have no issues with that because I'm almost 100% certain. Of course, nothing in this video is financial advice, just my opinions as an analyst. I have no issues or no worries that Bitcoin won't go to the very bullish targets that I mentioned. So I have 100% confidence in Bitcoin. And when it comes to altcoins, then we can see the exact same cup and handle pattern, no difference. The only difference is that the altcoin market cap is trying to break above it as we speak right now, which is why Ethereum is performing slightly better than what Bitcoin has been doing for the past few days. So Ethereum is having a better performance. We're long in Ethereum since 2.2, 2.3, and that's going very well. And if you haven't longed Ethereum yet, then I think it's a good opportunity, in my opinion, to accumulate as much as possible, because my target for Ethereum is around 8.5K, but I won't go too much into that because I have explained it on other videos before. I'm very bullish on Ethereum. We've not hit a new all-time high yet, and I think we will very, very soon, especially in the next few months. So altcoins bullish. If we go to the top 50 cryptocurrencies, I can name a few that I'm buying like never before, and this includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, obviously. Dogecoin is the first point of retail entry. When retail starts coming back into crypto, when Bitcoin is at 80 or 100K, the first point of entry is going to be Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. So those two I'm buying. Toncoin is on a good discount, but the events with Pavel Durov and what they decided to do with Telegram is a bit. I'm a bit on the fence with it. So maybe not Toncoin right now. You probably have better opportunities, which would include Cardano. I think 13 billion market cap for Cardano is much more undervalued compared to Toncoin because there's so many projects building on Cardano. I was in an event hosted by Cardano today, and they're looking very, very bullish. So Cardano would be a great one. Avalanche is super, super, super cheap. Shiba Inu is very cheap. Chainlink is very cheap. Polkadot, $4. I don't remember seeing ever. Like if we go to all, you can see that Polkadot was at $50 at some point, and now that's an easy 10x in terms of market cap. So I would definitely look into Polkadot and buying as much as possible. Near Protocol is another great one. Sui is a bit overpriced right now, but it's also not too bad of a gamble. And Caspa I would say is a good one. Stacks is a good one. This was at $5 before. So easy 10x's, 5x's on the top 50 market cap. I would focus on those, lower risk, potentially higher return. Polygon Matic is another great one. And the final token I will say is IMX, because I know that a lot of gaming projects are building on them and they're targeting Web 2. They're not targeting Web 3 projects like every other cryptocurrency. They're going to the Web 2 gaming conferences and they're targeting projects there. So they have a very, very good marketing strategy. And they launched the final stage of the bull market. So that's why there's a huge dump in price afterwards. It's not because the project is bad, but I'm assuming that in this bull market, we can surpass $7, $8 easily. And that's why I think IMX is another very good bet. Those are my altcoins that I'm looking out for. And if we look at the Bitcoin dominance, which measures when Bitcoin dominance goes down, then it shows that altcoins are gaining strength. We're in a huge rising wedge. There's a huge bearish divergence, and anytime soon, we're going to dump dramatically, and altcoin season is going to start. Whether it's tomorrow or the week after, I don't know, but eventually it will. And that's why, while they're still cheap, you have an opportunity to buy, and then don't tell me later on saying, I should have bought, because this is the time to do so. And trust me, easy 5 to 10x available for your portfolio that will just probably happen in a matter of 12 months. So it's looking pretty good. Bullish crossover on the MACD. Last time it happened was in last year, and you can see this huge run with the bullish MACD crossover. So another very, very good sign that altcoins are about to see a major break towards the upside. But guys and girls, that is it for today. I know it's been 12 minutes. It's not 7 minutes like I promised, but it was worth it because Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins that I talked about will likely see a major move towards the upside. And if you can utilize and capitalize on those now, then you will make a lot of money before retail catches up. But that's it, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care, guys, and bye-bye.